Punos yesterday night, and something is going on there in Puno, not Punos. What am I saying? I arrived in Puno, and surprisingly enough, during the night there was frost. It was like -1. Like I was freezing, and in this area people do not use heaters, which is like torture because it's so cold at night. Like and I'm feeling worse again because I never like fully recovered from my flu, and every night it's very, very cold and I keep freezing, and yeah, so I woke up coughing today. And I think this is the Cathedral of Puno, and the Cathedral of Puno is one of the like things that all the guides online recommend you to see. I mean, I like, as in the previous videos I said, I like cathedrals in this area. I like the architecture of those cathedrals, so I think I will also like this one. I mean, yeah. Oh, this house is very pretty. This white one with the roof collapsed looks very old. It's because probably it is very old. And like the biggest attraction of this, like the biggest reason why people come to Puno is visiting the tribes on Lake Titicaca, and the tribe is called Uros. And they are a tribe that live on Lake Titicaca because in the past, because of the invasions that could happen to them from other tribes, they figured out it would be the safest to live in the middle of a lake. So they made those islands that they are man-made. They are made of reed. They kind of replace the old reeds with new reeds when they get old, and so the islands are constantly like there. And the number of islands changes all the time because yeah, they make new islands. The old ones get destroyed from age because they are made of reed, so reed ages. Yeah, they need like even like materials that we like most of people use in buildings. They also require like how is it called? They require, you know, the thing, conservation. Yeah, they require conservation once in a while, but like reed requires conservation more often than, for example, the buildings that we have, because we also have to like renew some things every one and then. Like for example, having an old electrical installation is very unsafe, and like yeah, materials, they do deteriorate over time. That's why buildings and structures in general, they need to be checked once, depending how many years, depending on the like rules in the area. Because like every area like kind of has different rules that they need to check, for example on this bridge or something. Anyway, so yeah, they sometimes they are like, oh, this island is already old, there's no point maintaining this island, so the island disappears and they make new island. And sometimes, yeah, so the number of islands is kind of like changing. There are a few hundred islands, if I don't mistake, and the number is changing because yeah, the new ones arrive, the old ones disappear, like get abandoned kind of. So I wish I knew what is that. I truly wish I knew. It's kind of some kind of procession. One thing I hate about traveling is when I am at some place and I'm very ignorant about something, and I don't know, for example, I see something and I don't know what it is, and I feel so stupid at those moments. It's something that I do like in some way because it makes me like learn new things, but on the other hand I hate feeling like an idiot. Yeah, these are some children, so maybe that's some school thing. But at the same time, this cross with Jesus, it looks like it's recent, so maybe that's some religious celebration. Maybe that's some kind of like city celebration, because they have like some like words about Puno, so maybe that's some anniversary of something. I don't know. I wish I knew. children look happy, so that's good. I had a nightmare about children in Jabalia, so yeah, that's the reason I cannot be feeling good because of Jabalia and what's going on there at the moment. I'm so stressed because of that, and I cannot enjoy anything, to be honest. And I really hate this feeling. I hate it so much. And while I'm recording this, like, some really awful things are happening there. Like, people are being unalived in very awful ways. And like, I mean, every way to unalive somebody is awful, but they are very creative about inventing new ways to unalive people. So yeah, maybe people watching this do not know what is Jabalia. It's a refugee camp, and like, if you Google what is going on there, at the moment I'm recording this, very awful things. But before, very awful things have been happening there as well. So it's like, if you Google the name, you will probably see like a list of like a lot of massacres happening there. Oh my god. Yeah, I said why I'm sad. That's why. And I, as I said, I do like this church. I predicted this accurately. And so Uros, they live in the middle of Lake Titicaca. They still live there, and they no longer have their own language, which is very sad, because like I do not like when a language dies. So they speak Aymara language, which is like one of the most like one of the indigenous languages with the most speakers in this area. Like, these are like two languages with the most speakers. The indigenous ones are Quechua and Aymara, and they speak Aymara because they caught it from like neighboring tribes. So unfortunately they no longer speak their own language, but they live their own lifestyle that they had before. But yeah, when they, for example, when they grow up and they need to go to university, they do not have a university on those islands. So sometimes they need to go out to the outside world for certain things. And it's kind of controversial, like visiting those tribes, because a lot of people say it's bad for them that they get very, very commercialized right now, because a lot of people keep visiting them. And honestly, I really don't know what to think about this. Like, I would, like, to be honest, it would be the best to ask somebody from those tribes, and probably they would also have different opinions, because it does give them money. Because when you visit them, they are the tour guides, they show you the islands. But on the other hand, it's kind of like a human zoo in a way, because like people, I don't know how much privacy they have right now, because they should have some privacy. But on the other hand, there are like many of those islands. So I think if somebody doesn't really want to participate and be showing around to people, they can be on the other island, on the other hand, because they have many islands. So I don't know what I think about this, honestly, but I just wanted to say this is a kind of controversial topic. And honestly, I'm not saying that I endorse visiting them or not, because I do not know personally. I really do not know what I think about this. I don't know yet. I think I would have to know more, because on the other hand, they do get money from this. And yeah, but that's kind of natural, because when there's something like, for example, like when there's some people living some unusual lifestyle, like they are like not, I'm not saying that their lifestyle in itself is unusual, but the fact that they live on man-made islands. There aren't that many man-made islands out there. So it's like when there's something that is like kind of like special in some area, people want to come and see it. But yeah, they could also have said, oh, we don't want anybody, we cut this off, because there are some areas that have some things that are special, but it's not allowed for people to just come and visit, because like people can damage this, I guess. So I don't know. I'm not sounding dumb or something, but yeah, I don't know if I endorse it or not, or I'm not 100% sure what I think about this. I think it does have pros and cons. There's this yellow house, and I'm not sure if this is the yellow house that I was reading about, but I was reading that one of the biggest attractions of the city is some yellow house. And I'm not sure if this is the one. I would have to check this out. By the way, I'm walking away from the yellow house because it's very loud out there. Yeah, I'm not sure, unfortunately. I will check this out. because I cannot find a substance that I'm addicted to, and yeah, it's kind of shameful thing for me, but I am addicted to one substance, and it's not illegal or anything, but I just cannot find it there. It's like, oh my god, like if I get my withdrawal syndromes, it's very painful, and I need to find it in Puno, but also I have a limited amount of time to go to Uros and go back and be on time on my bus to Juliaca. And in Juliaca I will be kind of late, and also like Juliaca is kind of smaller than Puno, so I think it will be easier to find in Puno. And I may already have like my withdrawal syndromes, my withdrawal symptoms, which are painful as fuck. So I'm kind of stressed at the moment, and it's kind of shameful thing to admit, but yeah, I'm angry. I didn't see that coming, honestly, because in Bolivia that wasn't a problem. So I'm at the port from which people go to Uros, and I managed to go some little amount of substance that I'm addicted to, and maybe it will like prevent me from getting like withdrawal syndromes in like few hours. That's better than nothing. I will try to get more later, but now I have to hurry up because I need to go to Uros and back before my bus, and I have a bus scheduled because I didn't want to be in Juliaca by night, basically, because Juliaca is where I'm going next. By the way, those boats are so cute. I don't know if they are like one of those going to Uros. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of like excursions to Uros from here, because that's like the main reason why people come here. So, and from what I heard, it's like easy to buy them. I hope so. I hope it's easy. Also, unfortunately I don't remember what they costed, so I hope they don't overcharge me. Prices in Peru are good, at least in Puno, because I paid for something that in Holland I would pay like 2 euros. I paid 25 cents because that was that what I paid for was kind of like a something like, it was a small snack, like kind of like French type of pastry. I don't know, is this called French pastry? I think so, like this one that is like kind of fragile and breaks when you touch it. And so it was like, yeah, so I bought a small snack, like it wasn't even small, it was like regular sized. And I paid 25 cents, and I bought 2 of them, by the way. So yeah, so the prices are good, at least like actually that's more than I would pay in Bolivia, I think. No, yeah, I think in Bolivia I paid 2, but in 1 Bolivianos, and here I paid 1 sol, and sol is like twice as much as Boliviano. So in Bolivia the prices were even better. So that means that I paid like 12 cents. Oh my god, I have to recalculate it, because it seems like even almost impossible basically. But yeah, it seems as though I paid 12 cents for a snack that would cost me like 2 euros in Europe, at least in Western Europe. In Eastern Europe may cost me like 1 euro, I guess, depending on the place. So yeah, there's this cute lighthouse. I like lighthouses, by the way. I lived by the sea for a few years, and first I didn't appreciate the sea, and after some time I was like, oh, sea, I like the sea. First I didn't really appreciate it, because I was like, what's the point of the sea if it's so cold, you know? Because like Northern Sea. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Like my brain keeps going to places that it shouldn't go, and I started thinking, no, like why does my brain keep going to crime topic? Like why? Like nobody thinks about this when they hear like Northern Sea, but then I realized, I look at the map in my brain and I realized that about some crime that got committed as well by the Northern Sea. It was in other country. Like why? Why does my brain keep going to those places? Like that's something that only my brain does, I guess. Like why? I literally want to see another person that has the same, because I'm feeling lonely about this. Because yeah, I have only one personality trait, and some people do share my only personality trait with me. But also one of the weird things about my only personality trait is that some like difficult things for me make me have a very weird sense of humor and make me think about crime a lot. And some difficult things for me, which I mean cognitive dissonance of somebody I love committing crimes. Yeah. Why? Please do not try to find out what I was thinking about. Please do not. That was a bad crime. Very infamous. People still keep talking about this, even though they should stop. They should stop talking about this. Because I love the perpetrator. And they cannot, when they talk about this, it sounds like he was bad. I am on a boat to Uros. It was very easy actually to take the boat. I mean, there was no people screaming Uros, Uros like in some places. But when I asked, they showed me the boat and it costed just 10 soles, which is like $2 or $3, something like this. And yeah, costed 10 soles. And like I think it's more like $2. And there's like an entry fee to the islands. It costed 8 soles. So together it's like $4 for all of this. We are arriving. Walking on the street feels so strange. Everything is made of reed. It's very soft. Being on this island is quite pleasant. Like this lake is very beautiful, but it's kind of moving. Like I can feel like slightly moving, but actually it's not like unpleasant. It's not like that I'm scared it will break down or something. It's just a strange feeling. And there was like a small presentation by the president of the island, which was all in Spanish. I'm proud of myself because I could understand pretty much everything. And now later we were like divided into groups, and he talked about like geography of the island, about different birds that live there, like about how many schools, for example, they have, about their life here. And then we were divided in groups and we went like into several houses, and we could buy some souvenirs that are handmade here. And unfortunately I didn't buy anything because like I really have to count my cash after my card was stolen, because not everywhere I can pay with Revolut. So, and if I run out of cash, I will have a problem. I mean, that problem can be solved. I can ask somebody to help me and send me via Western Union. But how much time I had to spend last time trying to withdraw money from Western Union, I'm afraid of having to waste another day of my life like this, and I don't want to do that. So, especially that my schedule is kind of tight. And these are boats that they have here. They have like this shape, like kind of like banana. Mini, like mini island. Our boat is leaving. I don't know, like later I had other geography teacher. Maybe didn't hate me that much, because she hated all of my class, not just me. The first one I had hated me specifically, just me. She hated me specifically, even though I was a good student. Yeah, and she probably never has been to Lake Titicaca, and I have. Not that she doesn't have money to do that, she absolutely does. I think she would be scared to go there. She was very racist, and that's why we didn't like each other. We really didn't like each other. So yeah, she would probably think that something would eat her on the way to Lake Titicaca. Yeah, I'm coming back from the lake, from the Uros. I'm coming back from Uros, and like my trip that I had was kind of not very long. It was like a bit less than 3 hours, I would say. But unfortunately today I don't have a time for a longer trip. I'm happy that I went there. I mean, I've always wanted to go. I heard about Uros when I was like maybe 16 or something, and now when I'm like right there, would be a shame not to go. That's why I went to Puno. I went to Puno to go to Uros, and as I see, I think most of people who go to Puno to go to Uros. So I think because the city itself is kind of small, at least I think so, it looks kind of small, because I've been to the main area, and like sometimes like the old city is like big, and like in Sucre or even in Potosi, I think the old area was kind of bigger. So I think most of people come there to go to Uros, and they are not visible from the coast, by the way. And Puno is the closest place to them, to their location. So if you go from Bolivia, you can go from Bolivia, but it's much more far away. And if you go from other cities, you also can go, but it's much more far away. So, and we still sailed for half an hour before we arrived at Uros Islands. So, I mean, they were definitely effective in putting themselves in the middle of a lake, because that's yeah, like it does. They were smart, because it does, like, yeah, it wouldn't make like potential attackers like not want to go there, because like, yeah, you have to go all the way there. And the people that couldn't speak Spanish on my trip, like most of people were from Peru. But there were some people from Brazil and Germany. So yeah, some people on my trip didn't speak Spanish, and there's a big difference. If you just cross the border to Peru, there's immediately like much more people that speak other languages than Spanish. And I'm not talking about locals, I'm talking about travelers from different countries. So you can immediately see that like Peru is much more frequently visited. And I even saw this when I was having a change at Lima airport, because like in airport at Asuncion there were only Paraguayan people, and in Lima there were people from all over the world. So, but could be also because that's kind of a big airport, that's why I had a change there. So sometimes the airports, they can be like hubs, so they have a lot of planes, a lot of people changing to another plane at that airport. So yeah, and my phone battery is not like very good, that's why I haven't been filming as much as I would have if my battery wasn't that bad, because I didn't want to I didn't want my phone to die in the middle of a lake. So now I will be going to my hostel to charge my phone a bit, and then take my backpack and head to the bus. And I'm going to Juliaca, and Juliaca is also not a big city. I think way less people go to Juliaca than they go to Puno, because oh hi, you're very cute. There's a lot of homeless dogs, by the way, but I think there were even more in Bolivia. And yeah, but I'm planning to go, at least I hope it will. I hope it will go fine, inshallah, because that's not a place that many people go, as for example to Uros. So I hope that I will succeed in going there. But I want to go to La Rinconada. La Rincolada. I always like confuse myself whether it's La Rincolada or La Rinconada. I think it's La Rinconada. Rhymes with intifada, that's the most important thing. That's the most important thing.